Okay. YTPC, I need your help. Where's the jar? Right here. This is going to be a long video. I have just barely enough time to cover several things that need to be covered. Some real housekeeping, as it were. So I'm probably going to film film everything that I need to film, and then just splice it up. I'll edit these videos. I'll cut them up into pieces and upload them individually, but it'll all be like one run. I think that's the easiest way to handle it, because I'm kind of short on time today. I have just enough time to, I think, to get out the stuff that I need to record here. Housekeeping for the channel, as it were. Speaking of housekeeping, that brings me to the first thing I want to talk about. This is Ed. Ed is a GBD prehistoric. 9437 is the number on the bottom. Yes, 9437 is the number on the bottom. Pipe number 2, for those of you that are keeping track. Some of you are. Cool, you know, cool. That's cool that we really are doing it together then. Yeah, this is my second pipe. I want to do a video about it. I cleaned it up, and it cleaned up very, very nicely. It smokes like just super free smoking. I mean, it's one of my favorite ways that I have learned to smoke is not to draw on it at all, but to just let it sit in the back, as far back into the mouth as I can, and just let it waft into my nasal passage, into my mouth. Just let it rest, you know. Just let it rest back there like this. And just kind of do its thing. I believe I'm doing what people are calling the breathe method. That would make sense, because I started doing that with cigarettes. I'm getting off track here. I started doing that with cigarettes while I'm working with things, so that I'm not choking myself. I learned to hold the cigarette and alternate breathing between the nose and the mouth, so that, you know, you're not choking on the smoke. I just kind of naturally started doing that with pipes, and I get some of the best flavors when I do that. This pipe makes it very, very easy to do that. It's kind of the only way it can be smoked. Very little bit of draw, and you're getting a lot of smoke and a lot of moisture. Moisture and steam really builds up in the stem very easily. It's a difficult pipe to light. It's a difficult pipe to smoke. Of the pipes that I have right now, this one is probably why you haven't seen me. I don't think I've done any other videos where I'm actually smoking it in the video. It's because I'm having a hard time getting the ropes on this one, learning the ropes. But I have a feeling that once I learn how to smoke it, it's gonna be a really, really good one. It's a very clean smoke. I mean, anyways, I'll do another video if I get time about this one. I love the way it looks, man. It cleaned up beautifully. It's almost like a red velvet cake kind of a color, you know? The stem came out really nice and clean. Probably looks gross right now with all the moisture and stuff in there. This pipe is a beautiful pipe. I just got to learn how to use it. So in it, I am smoking, and this is the first video that I wanted to make, first thing I wanted to talk about. I'm smoking a blend called 3 Cherry. Hopefully the wind won't blow it out of my hand here. I kind of don't care if it does. I'll explain why. Ah. Come down here with me. I don't know if you got a view or not. I can't. I only got so many hands, you know. That's what it was labeled at the brick and mortar. I bought this stuff about 3 months ago, and it was purchased with a collection of other blends, an assortment of other blends all at the same time. And I'm going through them, I'm trying them out, you know. I did what I usually do, and I cast a wide net and get a variety, and then go through them one by one and see what I can learn, what I can find out. There were some winners, there were some losers. This guy right here, 3 Cherry, this was a standalone oddball in the sense that it tasted unlike any of the others. It was its own animal, and it smells very strongly of cherry. It's an artificial cherry flavor. It smells like candy that you would, you know, like artificially flavored fruit candy that you might buy in a general store or gas station or something. And the smell is almost overpowering, which is actually why I bought it, because yeah, I mean, it's not quite the cough syrup smell, but it's a cherry hard candy smell. It does not smell like natural real cherries. And it's pretty damn strong. I bought it for that reason. Of all the aromatics that were there that had their different, you know, fruity or sweet aromas, this one here was just much stronger. I mean, it kicked you in the face when you opened the jar and smelled it. It's so strong that I thought there's no way that can be good. So I had to check and see what's that one all about, right? Like, and I was expecting an overkill blast of artificial cherry flavoring. It's not what I got. In fact, it doesn't taste anything like cherry at all. I can almost barely taste a little bit of what you're smelling, which is very strange because it's so overwhelming, so powerful coming out of the jar. And then you go and light it, and what it tastes like is cardboard. And I mean, it tastes like cardboard. Now, I know there's a guy who has a channel, I think the name of the channel is Smoking Cardboard. I know that's his like catchphrase. He says, "Smoking cardboard." I don't know if this is a phenomenon or a thing that happens sometimes, and I don't know if he's joking or if he's referring to a thing that happens sometimes. I have tried Googling this, I've looked it up, I can't get an answer here. This stuff tastes exactly like cardboard. If you've ever had a job where you had to spend a large amount of your time breaking down boxes, so if you've ever worked as a stocker in a grocery store, if you've worked in a gas station, anywhere, man, a movie theater, any kind of, you know, some job that requires you to spend hours upon hours breaking down boxes, a warehouse somewhere, you will smell, there's the smell of fresh, clean cardboard in the air, and it gets on your hands get dried out and cracked, you go home smelling it, you know. That's exactly what this tastes like. It tastes so much like that I actually entertained the idea of buying some flavorings and trying to study blending and flavoring my own tobacco so that I could add more candy flavors, since I'm not really picking up one here. Add a lot of very strong artificial candy flavors to this, and call it minimum wage is what I was thinking about doing. Because that's exactly, you smoke it and that's exactly, it's 1996. I'm working my first job at the gas station. It's a Saturday. The manager's not home, or he's not in right now. He stayed home. You're sneaking out back to go smoke a doobie. Your friends are stopping by and chatting with you. Watching the clock go by on your bullshit job all day. That's exactly where this takes you when you smoke it, because it tastes like cardboard. Really, really weird. I thought, that's strange. I played around with it a couple times. I tried mixing it with some other stuff, and all I got was cardboard. I swear. So, that went in a jar, and it has not been opened until today. About 3 months. I just opened it to see, does it still taste like cardboard? It does. Here's what bothers me, and here's the point of the video. Within the past week or week and a half, all of my other blends are starting to taste like this. They're all taking on this cardboard taste. Now, I've run through my options of, guesses what it could possibly be. I've cleaned all my pipes thoroughly. It doesn't matter what pipe I smoke it in. I thought maybe it's a storage issue. Maybe this is like a mold thing going on or something, but it's happening with tins that are brand new that I've opened. It doesn't matter how they're stored. It doesn't matter how old the tobacco is. It doesn't matter if it's new. I can go out and buy a tobacco right now and crack it open, and I'm going to start tasting. It's something to do with my perception, with my tastes are changing. And it's honestly, it's got me a little worried. It's very disconcerting. Because I'm all in, At this point, I'm all in on this pipe smoking thing. Like I've gone kind of nuts on it, as we typically do, I guess. And I'm really worried that this is irreversible, or that this is going to, it's going to get worse. Like some of these blends, 50% of what I'm tasting is cardboard, and the other stuff has taken a back seat. It doesn't matter how you pack it, how you light it, how heavy, how hot you smoke it, whether you're sipping, whether you're chuffing, what I've eaten, what I have had to drink, how much sleep I've had, none of this is making a difference. For almost 2 weeks now, all of my tobaccos are starting to adopt. They're starting to take on a cardboard taste, and it's worrying me, because does that mean I'm done now? Like I can't smoke this anymore? Like is it over? Is this going to keep going until they all taste like 3 cherry, like completely just taste like cardboard? What is going on here? It's really weird, and I know it sounds silly, but it's actually got me worried. I don't want to stop this. I'm really enjoying this journey in pipe tobaccos, and I really don't want it to stop. But I'll tell you right now, I've been smoking cigarettes for almost 30 years, and I know what crappy smoke tastes like. I know what it's like to habitually smoke crap. If this all starts tasting like cardboard, I'm done with pipe tobacco. That's it. Like I've got one monkey on the back as it is. You know what I mean? I'm really hoping someone out there can shed some light on this. Please, if you know anything about this, if you've ever heard of this happening, if you're familiar with this, you know what it is, you can give me any information at all about what's going on here. Man, I'd like to hear it, please. And thank you. Moving on. I'm going to sit here and smoke my cardboard because I want to know, that's why I opened it up today. It's like, okay, if everything else is tasting like cardboard, has 3 cherry magically switched and now it tastes a lot like cherries or something? No, it tastes like cardboard too. Yeah. Although, I gotta say, I think that it tastes less like cardboard than it did before, maybe. I don't know. So, that is so strange. I don't know, man. I can't suss that out. I don't know. It's so weird. God. That's probably going to be about the tail end of this video, which I'm going to try and splice these up. I think that's the first thing I wanted to cover. The cardboard issue. I might title it that. The cardboard issue. Seriously, man, if any of you guys know something about this, please help me out. I didn't see anything. I found some forum posts. I think Pipe Magazine, that's like the only pipe forum that I check out. And some people were saying that about 3 months into their smoking habit, everything was tasting like ammonia for a while, and they didn't really find a solution. It just kind of eventually went away. But nobody said anything about cardboard. I don't know. That's probably it for this part of the video. The cardboard issue or something like that, you know. Oh. Moving on to the next thing.